I think that book groups have contributed to a shift in the landscape of literature, to the point where a novel is no longer the last word. It's actually the start of an interesting conversation between friends, and that for me is what a book club is. I like to be part of that discussion. I'm also really glad for people to carry on that discussion on their own if they don't want me anywhere near it. You know, often book groups will have a very different take on a book from the author's own, and I think that's why being a writer now is so interesting, because you're not broadcasting anymore. You're starting a conversation and then you're joining in if you're invited. I think reading groups are interested in my novels, and I hope this is true, because they all have a question at their heart. I think that a writer is at their best when they're writing about stuff that they do not know about. They have to research. They start with a question, and it's a question that they're fascinated by, and if the question is fascinating and the writer is fascinated by it, then that fascination is infectious and it carries on over into the discussions that people will have in a book club. And I hope that they will also enjoy what I think is a very real love story, set in a time where people didn't agonize for a long time about who they were going to fall in love with, because every day that they lived on Earth might be their last. And I think the climate for romance was so unrecognisably different from what we see now. And the way people communicated their love was so incredibly beautiful. I love the way that people wrote letters. There's a lot of letters in the book, and I hope it will bring back a desire in people to write long letters to the people they love. It's a genuine and very heartfelt thank you to everyone who's read any of my previous novels, for the wonderful things people have said about them, for people's kindness, most of all for starting conversations about them with friends and family, and that's the stuff I live for. If you do read Everyone Brave is Forgiven, I really hope that you'll enjoy it, and I can't wait to hear what you think.